Coming of Age is coming up next. I'm your host, Josh Newby. First today, we'll discuss heart health. There are many strategies we can employ to keep our ticker ticking, and Baptist Healthcare will review those with us. Finally, perhaps second to physical health is financial health, and an expert with Gulf Winds Credit Union is here to give us tips on staying safe, as well as some financial tips for the new year. Stay with us. Coming of Age starts right now. As we age, staying active in life and involved in the community can become a challenge. But with Council on Aging of West Florida's range of home-based services, you remain healthy, independent, and engaged. From Meals on Wheels and respite care to senior dining sites and the retreat, you'll feel empowered to regain your freedom while retaining what makes you, you. We've been in the community for nearly 50 years, advocating for elders and supporting those who care for our parents and grandparents. We were there when your father's health began declining, when your mother needed companionship during the day. And guess what? We'll be there down the road when you need those services too. Now, join with us as we talk together about the aging issues that matter to you. February is American Heart Health Month, which makes this a good time for all of us to focus on our cardiovascular health. Today we will learn how committing to a healthy lifestyle and making small changes can lead to a lifetime of good heart health. Here today to talk to us is Dr. Tony Lee, a cardiologist at the Baptist Healthcare. Doctor, thank you so much for coming on today to discuss this important topic.
Hey Josh, good morning.
So I've heard that heart disease is actually the leading cause of death for both men and women. Is this true?
Yes, you're correct, Josh. This was not well known in the past, but hopefully with such efforts as the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women, this is hopefully becoming common knowledge out there. We used to think that women tend to present with different symptoms than men, but more recent studies have shown that women may have many of the same symptoms as men. Classically, cardiac chest pain is below the sternum or left-sided, a squeezing or pressure sensation going towards the left arm and jaw with nausea, vomiting, and sweating. Sometimes men and women may present with shortness of breath or a heart rhythm problem, or some, but not all the symptoms I mentioned. Interestingly, women tend to present with smaller heart attacks, so-called non-ST elevation myocardial infarction, whereas men tend to present with larger heart attacks, so-called ST elevation myocardial infarction. The smaller heart attacks cause significant but not complete blockages of the heart arteries, whereas the larger heart attacks, there are complete blockages of the heart artery. However, men and women can present with both. The important thing is to recognize the symptoms and seek appropriate medical care and evaluation.
What would someone's risk factors be for developing heart disease?
Well, there are several risk factors for development of heart disease. Speaking of coronary artery disease or blockages in the heart arteries that cause heart attacks, these often include things such as hypertension or high blood pressure, hyperlipidemia, high cholesterol, or diabetes, troubles with blood sugar. Having blockages in other areas of the body, such as the carotid arteries, the arteries of the neck, the arteries of the thighs and legs, so-called peripheral arterial disease, and stroke can also put you at risk. Some people have blockages everywhere, and some more so in the legs or carotids or heart arteries. We don't know why this is the case completely. Many of the risk factors I mentioned can be treated with a healthy diet, exercise, weight loss, quitting smoking, as well as appropriate medical therapy.
Talk to us about strategies you recommend to reduce that risk, maybe mitigate the chance of developing heart disease later in life.
That's a great question, Josh. I think the best strategy, in my opinion, is prevention. I think all of us would rather prevent a heart attack than get one. That being said, it's easier said than done. It requires you to do the appropriate things like eat healthy, stay active with at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic exercise 5 times per week, not smoking, drinking alcohol in moderation, and taking the appropriate medications recommended by your doctor or cardiologist.
I imagine a lot of people, may find it difficult to differentiate between, an occasional pain in their chest and when something rises to the level of perhaps needing a cardiologist because of some heart disease. Where do you draw that line?
Yeah, well, I think when you have worrisome cardiac symptoms, whether this is related to coronary artery disease or otherwise, it's certainly time to visit a cardiologist. However, as I mentioned, I'd rather prevent or delay a heart attack from happening than have to treat one. If you have risk factors for heart disease or a strong family history of heart disease, it's certainly not a bad idea to see a cardiologist to assess your cardiac risk. By treating risk factors early with lifestyle and medications when appropriate, we can modify the disease course and hopefully prevent or delay a heart attack or other cardiac issue.
Can heart disease be cured permanently, or is it basically something that we have to live with and make adjustments around?
There are some types of heart disease that can be cured permanently, but I think this is actually the minority. These are related to things such as infection or very specific types of electrical issues with electrical heart circuitry. In the vast majority of cases, our treatments are not really cures per se because the disease is still there and we have to monitor for short and long-term issues with the treatment. For example, if you get a stent in your heart or bypass surgery or valve surgery, either surgical or transcutaneous, or atrial fibrillation ablation, we've managed the issue and gotten you in a much better place, but you're not cured, so to speak. In the case of coronary artery disease, the cure, so to speak, is not actually the stent, but rather the improved lifestyle and appropriate medications that we talked about, which actually decrease the risk for recurrent heart attack.
Okay, and finally, how does someone make an appointment with you? Do they need a referral from their primary, or can they just contact you directly?
So they can reach my office at 850-430-7000. Most patients do not need referral, but we can assist with obtaining that from your primary care doctor if needed. I also share some content about different aspects of cardiology and new developments in heart disease on my Facebook page at Tony Lee Heart MD if anyone is interested.
Thank you so much for the information, Doctor. I appreciate it. Next, we're talking scam awareness and financial tips. Stay with us.
Transform your bathtub into a walk-in shower with TubCut.
It's the greatest relief in the world, being able to feel safe in the bathroom again.
TubCut installs in 1 day, is 100% reversible, and has a lifetime factory warranty.
I had shopped around because money is an issue, and I found that the TubCut was the most affordable choice.
Get affordable, safe, and easy step-through access to your shower.
Call TubCut at 850-529-7601.
The Reesburg Institute, Pensacola's ear, nose, throat, and voice center. We welcome you to visit us at our convenient Davis Highway location in Pensacola. At the Reesburg Institute, we offer the most advanced treatment available in a calm, stress-free environment. Since 2014, we've performed over 1,000 cases in office of balloon sinus surgery, as well as septoplasty and nasal procedures using oral sedation. The in-office procedures result in a faster healing time. Visit us and feel the difference. The Beacon at Gulf Breeze offers the finest senior living community in the area. We are here for your loved ones who need assisted living and advanced memory care services. Seniors will feel right at home with studio, one-bedroom apartments, a large dining area, a beautiful landscape courtyard, and even a salon. With professional staff and one-on-one care, your loved ones are our top priority. Welcome to the Beacon at Gulf Breeze. Welcome home.
Seniors are up to 10 times more likely to be targeted for financial fraud and other scams. This is largely due to their trusting nature and late adoption of new technology. But if there is anyone that needs to be aware of those threats, it is the seniors we hold dear. Let's chat with Frank Giamaria, who is with Gulfwinds Credit Union, to understand some financial tips for the new year and some ways to keep our loved ones safe from exploitation. Frank, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Josh.
Let's start. What is Gulfwinds Credit Union? Tell us about the organization for those who don't know.
Yeah, so Gulfwinds was founded in 1954 by the employees of the Chemstrand nylon plant.
Okay.
Of course, that plant is called Ascend
That's
now,
right.
just north of Pensacola. So they founded the credit union, and eventually it became Monsanto plant, and then Monsanto Federal Credit Union. And then in the early 2000s, Gulfwinds changed our charter to be able to serve anyone in the community.
Okay.
And that's when we changed our name from Monsanto to Gulfwinds Credit Union. So we have branches here in Pensacola,
Sure.
up into Alabama, and then all the way over to Tallahassee.
Okay.
But I think it's important to know, no matter how much we grow, we're your hometown credit union, and we put our members and good service to them above all else.
Awesome. I know you do. Gulf Winds has supported Council on Aging of West Florida on multiple occasions, which I think speaks to that investment in the local community and into vulnerable populations. And we appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
It is the new year. A lot of New Year's resolutions center around finances and savings and money. What financial tips do you have for us going into the new year?
Yeah, so I have some financial tips for you today. Maybe not the most technical. It's not how to max out your 401k, but I think these are some things that are important to remember as we start the new year. The first of which, it's time to start banking without going into the branch. As the pandemic continues, as Omicron surges, you can do all the things that you would have done in the branch right here on your cell phone or your smartphone.
That's scary for seniors doing it on the cell phone. But like you said, sort of ironically, it's safer than going into the branch, like you said.
It is safer, and you can trust that no matter your financial institution, that app is very secure and a top priority to the credit union or to the bank that you're at.
Definitely.
And it's certainly safer right now than standing around with strangers in the teller line.
Who are coughing on you.
So the last few years we've seen record adoption of our mobile app.
Good.
But there's still some holdouts, and so I'm speaking to them right now.
That's right.
You can do it. I know I see you on Facebook. I see you texting.
Yeah, that's true. Call them out, Frank.
If you can do those things, then you can deposit a check on your phone.
Yeah.
You can check your balance on your phone. You can even apply for a loan on your phone.
Okay.
I know you can do it. I have trust in you, and it's time, to make that move.
Awesome. What else you got for us?
Yeah. So my second tip today, it's time to start talking to your kids and to your grandkids about money.
It's never too early.
It really is never too early, and I hear the common refrain from our members that this is something that needs to be taught in schools. Money management, how to do your taxes, and I agree with that. And Gulf Winds is actually partnering with Junior Achievement with a company called Bonsai Financial to bring that curriculum into our local schools. But it's not enough. It's not universal, and to be honest, nothing can better than hearing from a loved one about money. So here's my suggestions. If you have young kids, 3, 4, 5, 6, the first tip would be to start talking to them about how much things cost.
Okay.
How much are the ingredients in your dinner?
Sure.
How much is it to fill up your gas tank? How much is the shirt or the pair of shoes they have on? You'd be surprised how young kids can be and still understand that things have value and how our society values different items. So it just helps them start building a relationship between what they're wearing, what they're eating, what they're doing with money. And the second tip is help them save. If it's a jar, on their bedside table, if it's a piggy bank, grab that loose change out of the couch, give it to them, have it start putting it in the jar. I know for my kids, I got a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. They have a jar, and whenever we go to the mall, we have them take out a quarter so that they can buy a gumball. That's our first stop, is the gumball machine. It's a really simple way for them to see that saving that money in their jar gives them a benefit down the road.
Sure. I love that. You have a third tip for us, right?
I do have a third tip. Let me remember what it is.
Yeah, I know you wanted to talk about being able to seek help.
Seeking out some help with your finances, and I think it's key to not be too proud to reach out to somebody for help. And so there's a lot of resources out there available. Tax season is coming up.
That's right.
I want to suggest to anybody that you can file your taxes for free online. Yeah. You don't have to use a paid service. The IRS offers anyone making less than $72,000 a free way to file online. That will be available at irs.gov a little bit later this month.
Okay.
There's also services like TurboTax. A lot of them will help you file for free. Yeah. I know Gulf Winds has a contract with TurboTax that you get a discount if you do have to pay some money for that.
Okay.
And then there's also a great service in town called VITA.
Sure.
Voluntary Income Tax Assistance, offered with the United Way of West Florida. They will have a representative chat with you, make sure that you're filing your taxes correctly and getting it in on time. getting you your biggest return. So if you're seeking a service like that, I'd
Yeah.
suggest calling 211.
211, right, was for the local United Way.
Yeah.
Excellent resource.
There's also some resources, for Medicare and for Social Security, and I want to refer people to our team
Okay.
at Raymond James at Gulf Winds.
That's right.
They'll do a free consultation with you. They'll look at your Medicare plan. They'll look at your income and your Social Security, and they'll make sure that you're in the best plan for you or that you're getting the most out of your Social Security. I can promise you it's not a high-pressure sales pitch.
Right.
They want to help people. And so they'll go through that with you and make sure that you're in the best plan. And then, lastly, if you're just struggling to keep up with your bills, if you feel like you're forgetting things, it might be time to reach out to a family member or maybe a senior companion at Council on Aging to get some help. And I recommend that, both your seniors and their companions, their family, they go to gogolfwinds.com/learn.
Okay.
We have a lot of resources there that talk specifically about the relationship between a companion and a senior.
Excellent.
The things to think about when managing your money, ways to plan for your will and beyond.
Okay, excellent. Speaking of resources, I understand you guys have a financial education sort of forum or seminar coming up at UWF. Is that right?
Absolutely. January 25th.
Okay.
We're going to be at the UWF College of Business.
Okay.
Dr. Prescott is going to teach a class about credit scores and building your credit. And he's actually the chair of the accounting and finance at the College of Business there, so he knows his stuff.
Good.
He's going to be giving a presentation at 6 o'clock on the 25th.
Awesome.
And, of course, we'll have more information about that on our Facebook page and on our website at gogolfwinds.com.
Talk to us a little about the importance of financial literacy, which is obviously what Dr. Prescott will be speaking on, specifically as it relates to seniors.
Yeah, so you can never know enough.
Sure, of course, especially when it comes to money, right?
That's for sure. And, when it comes to money, experience is always good, but you don't want, a bad experience always being your lesson.
Right, that's right.
So go out there and do a search for the specific topic that you want to learn about. There's a million resources online. Gulf Winds offers resources including a blog. We cover about just any topic.
Okay.
And then at gogolfwinds.com/learn,
That's right.
we have learning modules that cover just about any topic that you can imagine. Get ahead of it before you have to learn those hard lessons and be out some money from your pocket.
Yeah, I love that. Don't let your lessons always be from bad experiences. Try to proactively learn, right, in order to mitigate that risk. Frank, we love Gulf Winds. Thank you so much for coming on today. I appreciate your time, man.
Thank you, Josh.
Next, we'll learn about free lunch that you can receive each and every day at our senior dining sites. Stay with us.
Since 1989, TLC Caregivers has been providing the special help people need to stay independent in their own homes. TLC is an employer of choice in the home care market. Our employees are screened with level 2 background screens, drug-free, and have caregiving experience. If you have time, enjoy people, and are interested in joining us, go to tlccaregivers.com to learn more about becoming a TLC caregiver or visit us in Cordova Square.
For more than 25 years, the potential for health improvement is seen with each patient that walks through our doors. Healthcare decisions don't have to be confusing. Make Island Doctors your medical practice.
My husband and I have been coming to Island Doctors for approximately 10 years, and we have been very happy with them, and we trust them.
Call us today and schedule a tour of one of our locations near you and take a look at our Best Wellness program, and welcome home.
When cancer tries to take you away from the things that matter most, Baptist Cancer Institute offers caring physicians and the most innovative treatment options. With convenient locations and a wide array of support programs and services, we're here to help you during the most difficult of times. As a member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network, we're bringing even more innovative cancer care to our community right here at home. When you need cancer care, we'll be there.
As we age, socialization and proper nutrition become challenging, especially if you live alone. But a sensational program through Council on Aging addresses both of those for free. Craig Shoemaker with Council on Aging joins us now to give you the details on how you can start as soon as tomorrow. Craig, Mr. Shoemaker, thank you for coming on today.
Hey, thank you very much for having me today.
Tell me about the Senior Dining Site Program.
So our Senior Dining Site Program is a beneficial program for everybody here in Santa Rosa and Escambia County. And basically what it is we provide a hot lunch every day for our seniors to get out of the house, to go see their friends, to socialize, and just feel like they're always welcome, whatever they do. But it encourages them to enjoy themselves instead of sitting away at the house all the time.
Because as we age, I mean, we've talked about before, we sort of withdraw into ourselves. They need a reason to get out of the house.
Anything.
What are the qualifications? Because it sounds like a social services program where you'll have to give your income and assets and those be a long waiting list. Tell us about the qualifications.
Actually, in reality, the only qualification is that you have to be minimum 60 years of age.
Right.
But it's not based on income.
Right.
There is no income requirement for it. It's just 60 and above. If you happen to be not 60 and you have a disability, you can still qualify for it, but you have to be associated with another senior to come into the program.
Right.
So it's actually a pretty good thing for them, even for themselves.
So basically, if you're 60 or over, you qualify.
Correct.
That's it.
That's right.
Excellent. You mentioned Escambia and Santa Rosa counties. Of course, we serve both. And the locations are spread out across both counties. Tell us about that.
In Santa Rosa County, we have 4 sites that are currently active. They offer sit-down service. They're at our Baghdad location, Baghdad Community Center, Chumuckla Community Center, the Holly Navarre E.H. Pullen Center, as well as Christ United Methodist Church.
Okay.
And so they offer activities every single day for these people to have lunch every day for a sit-down time. In Escambia County, our sites are the Cobb Center, the Bayview Center, Westwood Homes, Gull Point, Century, Beulah, and Westminster Villages.
Okay. You memorized all those.
No,
Good job.
I know them all. Actually, there's several. There's 14 total.
So a senior is watching this. They decide, this is a good option for them, 1 or several days a week. They want to get out of the house. How do they sign up?
So all they really need to do is they just need to reach out to us and call our main telephone number, 432-1475, or they can call us directly at 266-2514. Which is Linda. There's 2 Lindas in the office. It doesn't matter which one you speak to, but they'll take your information. But as long as you call us before noon the day before, we'll make a reservation for you, and you'll be able to have a lunch the next day. But we will do an assessment.
Right.
Just information, how much do you eat, fruits and vegetables, things like that. And for the following day.
Excellent.
That's all you have to do.
So a senior has never been to a dining site before. They are scheduled perhaps for tomorrow, let's say, going for their first day. It can be a little intimidating going someplace new the first day. What can they expect? What's going on at this site?
So typically when they come in the building, it's like, let's say they go to the Cobb Center. And Cobb Center is one of our larger sites in town here. And what they'll do is they'll come in and they'll sign in with the dining site person that they're here for today and that they're going to be there tomorrow or Friday, and they do skip around a lot. So in reality, they have a lot of activities going on. They do a lot of reading programs. Bingo is highly competitive.
Don't interrupt. Just interrupt you. One thing I have learned is don't interrupt bingo.
No. Never.
Very, very competitive.
No. They may let you call the number if you're good. Some of our other sites do jigsaw puzzles. They have tables spread out of jigsaw puzzles. We provide them all these puzzles. We have speakers coming in twice a month to talk about their health, safety, taking care of themselves in the home. If they happen to live in Santa Rosa County, they can take Tai Chi at our Baghdad Center twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If they're in this side of the county, they can sign up for chair exercises at the All Point that we recently reopened. But they can do, there's something always going on. They're just not going in there and staring like a new kid in the class.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and you see senior dining centers on movies and television. It always looks very drab and sad, and seniors just sort of sitting there. But every time I go to one of these sites, it is alive with energy and laughter and activity.
Well, that has a lot to do with our dining site manager.
Yeah.
They're very engaged, very involved. They'll recognize a birthday or somebody's birthday, and they'll have like a birthday activity or birthday celebration for that person.
Definitely.
But everybody's involved.
Good.
So it's almost like a family.
Good.
Yeah.
Obviously with COVID, things have looked differently, various stages of different for the past 18 months. Are the sites in person? Are they grab and go? What does that look like?
Currently right now in Santa Rosa County, all the sites are sit down.
Okay.
They can have lunch.
So they're in person?
They're in person and they can sit down. Lunch is served at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
In Escambia County, the sites that are sit down for in person are Century, Cantonment, Century, Cantonment. I've lost one somewhere in there.
Cobb is
Cobb,
sit down.
sorry, is a big one. Yes, Cobb. The three big ones are. The rest currently right now in Escambia County are grab and go.
Okay.
And they still get the same meal.
Right.
But it's hot. They get a juice. They get fruit. They get milk with it. But it's mainly grab and go for the time being.
So for those individuals, they would still call the day before, but they would just like a drive-through. They'd come pick up their free meal and go.
At Bayview, you can actually drive through, and they hand it in the window.
That's right.
Some of the other sites, you can actually go in and pick it up and leave.
As we're wrapping up, talk about the value of these senior dining sites to elders of all income levels, of all backgrounds.
The greatest value that our seniors have that we can offer them is the simple fact that they have a place to go outside of their house.
Yeah.
And they can go for socialization. They can go to relax and be themselves and not be worried about how they're going to eat their lunch for that particular day, because we provide that. But also we provide the socialization that they can come out and relax and have a good time and laugh again. In the beginning of the pandemic, it was really hard because everything was grab and go. And so a lot of them were saying, when are we going to be able to come back in and sit down? And then we did start coming back and sitting down, and they enjoy it because they can see people they haven't seen, and they made friendships and long-lasting friendships. But the greatest value is the socialization. They know that, hey, there's somebody out there, and I can go and see my friend Betty, and everything's good.
Absolutely. Crucial service, Craig. Thank you so much for coming on and discussing it
with
me.
Hey, no problem. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Until next time, enjoy life. You've earned it.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Talk to your doctor about creating a plan that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.